Hello, I'm Lee, the migraine rebel. If your question is, what is a migraine? You've come to the right place. Imagine your dentist told you,
tooth decay is a specific kind of bad breath.
And the only therapy he offers you is mouthwash. Even though the mouthwash might give you some relief from the smelly breath, you would still tackle the underlying problem, the tooth decay. If you only cared about the stinky symptom, things could get pretty ugly for your teeth, and then mouthwash won't help you much anymore. Am I right? That's why dentists would never say,
tooth decay is a specific kind of bad breath.
Because it's nonsense, but it could tempt some people to rely on mouthwash only, and things could get pretty ugly. Imagine your cardiologist told you,
a heart attack is a specific kind of chest pain.
And the only rehabilitation he offers you is pain medication. Even though the pain medication might give you some relief from the chest pain, you would still tackle the underlying problem, the coronary heart disease. Everybody knows, after a heart attack you need to exercise, follow a healthy diet, rein in your cholesterol, lower your blood pressure, learn stress management techniques and more. If you only cared about the chest pain, things could get pretty ugly for your heart, and then pain medication won't help you much anymore. Can we agree here? That's why a cardiologist would never say,
a heart attack is a specific kind of chest pain.
Because it is nonsense, but it could tempt some patients to rely on pain medication only, and things could get pretty ugly. Imagine your migraine doctor told you,
migraine is a specific kind of headache.
And the only therapy he offers you is headache medication. Even though the drugs might give you some temporary relief, you would still want to solve the underlying problem. If you only cared about the attack symptoms, things could get pretty ugly for you in the long run. And that's why you would tackle the causes of the migraine disorder and not rely on headache medication only. Do we understand each other? Therefore, migraine doctors would never say,
migraine is a specific kind of headache.
Because it is nonsense, but it could tempt some patients to rely on migraine medication only, and things could get pretty ugly. Of course, a dentist would never say,
tooth decay is a specific kind of bad breath.
And a cardiologist would never say,
a heart attack is a specific kind of chest pain.
And a migraine doctor would never say,
migraine is a specific kind of headache.
Because it is nonsense, and things could get pretty ugly for all those patients who rely on mouthwash and medication only.
So migraine is a specific kind of headache.
Oops, what was that?
So migraine is a specific kind of headache.
I guess I was wrong. That's a bit of a surprise, isn't it? Some people would now protest.
A migraine is more than just a headache.
And then they would list all the other symptoms during a migraine attack, like neck pain, nausea, sensitivity to light and noise, and so on. That is a bit like asserting,
tooth decay is more than just bad breath. I also have a bad taste in my mouth. I need more mouthwash.
Or like claiming,
a heart attack is more than just chest pain. I also have pain in my left arm. I need more pain medication.
For too many migraine patients, things have gotten ugly because they were told,
so migraine is a specific kind of headache.
Migraines are severe, nearly disabling headaches.
Migraine, therefore, is more than just a headache.
In all three cases, it's all about the symptoms during an attack. not once about the underlying condition that leads to the attacks. We already know that things can get pretty ugly if you merely care about the symptoms and rely on mouthwash only, am I right? Imagine that people you care about had been brainwashed into believing that mouthwash was the right therapy for tooth decay. Imagine your generation had been told that painkillers do away with the need for heart rehabilitation after a heart attack. Would you stand up for them and shout,
Enough with this nonsense.
Yes, yes.
Well, here is your chance. Join the migraine revolution. Migraine is the name of a health condition, not another word for headache. In 6% of men and in 18% of women, various glitches in body, mind and brain lead to the recurring brain instability that we call the migraine attack. This lack of stability leads to several brain malfunctions, which can even mimic a stroke, like in this famous example.
CBS 2's Serene Branson is live at the Staples Center with highlights and backstage coverage we're seeing for the very first time. Serene.
Well, a very, very heavy divertation tonight. We had a very Darrison, but let's go to Terrace and look for the head of the pit.
Head pain is a frequent symptom during migraine attacks, but at least 15% of attacks occur without any headache. Also, several signs and symptoms of migraine can be found even between the attacks. Migraine is just a headache, and migraine is more than just a headache are equally misleading statements, because both sentences imply that the attack is the only problem and that there is no underlying condition. That is complete nonsense. Can you see how migraine patients are being brainwashed, so much so that they themselves call their attack symptoms a migraine and migraines? Logically, they are left without a word and without a thought for the underlying problems. And logically, things have gotten ugly for way too many of them. The expressions, a migraine, and migraines, are proof that it's time to stand up and shout, Enough with this nonsense! Are you with me?
Yes, yes.
You have shown a lot of interest in migraine. It's time for the migraine revolution. Will you join in this historic effort?
Yes.
Please like this video, sign up and let others know about the migraine revolution. Every voice counts. For more information, please visit themigrainerevolution.com.